Hello, Seaside. Welcome to day 3 of our journey through Holy Week. Today we're looking at the passage out of John, chapter 12, verse 20 through 32. Let me read it to you. Now there were some Greeks among those who were going up to worship at the feast. These then came to Philip, who was from Bethsaida of Galilee, and began to ask him, saying, Sir, we wish to see Jesus. Philip came and told Andrew. Andrew and Philip came and told Jesus, and Jesus answered them, saying, The hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified. Truly, truly, I say to you, unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it bears much fruit. He who loves his life loses it, and he who hates his life in this world will keep it to life eternal. If anyone serves me, he must follow me, and where I am, there my servant will be also. If anyone serves me, the Father will honor him. Now my soul has become troubled, and what shall I say? Father, save me from this hour? But for this purpose I came to this hour. Father, glorify your name. Then a voice came out of heaven. I have both glorified it and will glorify it again. So the crowd of people who stood by and heard it were saying that it had thundered. Others were saying an angel had spoken to him. Jesus answered and said, This voice has not come for my sake, but for your sakes. Now judgment is upon this world. Now the ruler of this world will be cast out, and if I am lifted up from the earth, will draw all men to myself. But he was saying this to indicate the kind of death by which he was to die. The crowd then answered him, We have heard out of the law that the Christ is to remain forever. And how can you say, the Son of Man must be lifted up? Who is this Son of Man? So Jesus said to them, For a little while longer the light is among you. Walk while you have the light, so that the darkness will not overtake you. He who walks in darkness does not know where he goes. While you have the light, believe in the light, so that you may become sons of light. As I was reading this passage and thinking about it, I was just blown away by the idea of light. As Jesus later on in the chapter says, I have come as light into the world. He is light. He is what illuminates the darkness for us. And in this passage we see he's explaining things to the disciples. He's showing them what they should already know from his life and their experience with him, but he's having to illuminate it for them. And what I was taking away from it is, man, how easily it is for me to wander away from the light and to be in that darkness, fumbling around, not knowing where I'm going. And it was just an amazing reminder to be drawn back near that light, to stay near that light all the time. Jesus as the light gives us a direction, helps us know where we are going. We may not know all the steps, we may not know everything about the journey, but if we're near the light, we can see where we're going. So today, tonight, tomorrow, take a moment, maybe light a candle, and just sit and pause. Think about Jesus as the light. Remind yourself to be drawn to that light and to stay near that light. And if you are in the darkness, if you've wandered away from the light, take a minute, reorient yourself, and begin your journey towards the light. It's always a journey. We've never arrived at the light in this life. So just know that you can, from wherever you are, you can always start back towards the light. No matter how far you think you may have wandered, no matter how close you think you are now, we always have a journey that we are working towards, moving towards that light. Love you guys. Hope you are taking this week to just really slow and pause and think on this Holy Week as we prepare for Easter and Resurrection Sunday.